Outside zone has been a part of NFL run games for decades. It started to become popular in the 1980s and 90s with Alex Gibbs and Mike Shanahan. It has become even more popular in the last few years with Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay basing their entire offenses around this game. This game attacks space instead of players and offers a versatile play that doesn't demand vertical movement and instead stresses defenses on the perimeter. Outside zone forces defenses to run horizontally and puts more responsibility on the running back to make the blocking scheme of the offensive line effective. Even if offensive linemen lose ground, the back can cut off of those blocks and create positive plays that exploit fast-filling linebackers. With an outside track, linebackers and second-level defenders have to respect the threat of the offense getting the edge. That can open up huge cutback lanes in the middle of the field for running backs to take advantage of. Zone blocking philosophies can differ, but since it attacks space, the scheme can be incredibly versatile and effective against whatever front and look the defense presents. Different schemes have different approaches for how they teach the blocking scheme, but we're going to use the filled or unfilled system. And with that, they base their rules on whether the play side gap of an offensive lineman has a defender in it or not. For the running back, their aiming point is the outside leg of the ghost tight end. And what that means is that the running back is aiming for the tight end, whether there's actually a tight end or not, you're aiming for where they would be. Outside in from the end man on the line of scrimmage to the defensive tackles. It's really important that the running backs take a good track to force linebackers to flow over and set up easy blocks for the offensive linemen. For the offensive linemen, if their play side gap is filled, they want to attack the play side shoulder of that defender. If their play side gap is unfilled, they need to take 3 steps flat with the goal to overtake for the offensive lineman to their play side. If they can overtake or push over the defender onto their play side offensive lineman, they're going to climb to the first linebacker play side. Contrary to its name though, outside zone doesn't usually hit outside. The goal is to stress the defense horizontally and the back has to be ready to take it if it's there, but especially at the NFL level, getting on the edge is kind of unlikely. Here, the end man on the line of scrimmage to the play side jabs in on the snap, which allows for left tackle David Bakhtiari to be able to seal him and give the Packers the outside. The left guard has someone in their play side gap, so they attack their play side shoulder. The Packers here choose to help their backside guard with their center. The center gives a quick hand to help the guard overtake his man. That means the center will work up to the backside linebacker and not the play side linebacker. That play side linebacker that's unblocked is now the responsibility of the tight end. There's nobody in his play side gap, so he helps the tackle overtake the block and then looks inside for exactly this type of flow from the linebackers. He helps seal that scrape, and A.J. Dillon is able to get outside on the edge of the defense. When the end man on the line of scrimmage is aligned in a wide 9 technique or way outside the play side tackle, that tackle has to kick that player out. It's kind of pointless to try to go reach that guy because you're never going to be able to do it. And running backs have to be able to key and see that pre-snap to adjust their track accordingly. The play side tackle kicks out the end, and Quentin Nelson is able to sustain his block long enough to allow the running back to shoot the gap. The center does an excellent job of helping on his defensive tackle and then passing them off to the backside guard. Zone is great because it takes into account any spikes or slants from the defensive line. As that defensive tackle slants inside, the center leaves them because he knows his backside guard is going to be on their 3-step track to help him overtake. That means he can leave and climb after his own 3 steps and get onto a linebacker. The backside tackle and tight end fight to cut off their defenders and prevent them from shooting the gaps. Here is one more example of the flow and horizontal pressure of outside zone and how that can exploit defenses. The play side tackle kicks out the end man on the line of scrimmage. The play side guard works through the man that appears in his gap as he climbs to the linebacker, and the center works to help him. The backside guard gives a post arm to help the backside tackle overtake, and the backside guard gets up to the second level. With the track of the running back, Jacksonville has forced the secondary of the Browns to flow hard over the top and get sealed off to the play side. That opens up a nice lane down the middle. The third level defenders have taken bad angles because of how hard the Jaguars pressed outside. Outside zone is a versatile run play that forces defenses to play disciplined while also respecting the threat to get outside. It works great as a horizontal flow and is common to use on bootlegs and play action. The scheme is versatile, doesn't ask offensive linemen to physically overpower defenders, and puts more responsibility on the running back to make the scheme work effectively. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a comment, especially if you have any questions. Happy to answer and get back to you guys. Otherwise, give me some suggestions on the NFL film breakdowns if you have any ideas there. And if not, I'll see you guys on the next breakdown.